Hello and welcome to lesson number 4. So, the very first letter I want to talk about is letter D. And this one is ejective letter D. I know that I mentioned that there is ejective and aspirated letters. So, this one is ejective D, meaning that you have to kind of build up a pressure, air pressure, before you open your mouth to pronounce the letter. So instead of soft version, which would be aspirated t. Aspirated, like I said, it means that there is a puff of air coming out right after pronouncing the letter. So t, so there is a lot of air coming out. And then ejective is t. It has more clicking sound versus the aspirated one, which has more softer sound. T. Okay, so I have this PDF that I made for you guys. This is downloadable on the website. If you guys are watching on YouTube, the link to sign up for the program is in the description below, but this is one of the PDFs that you guys are going to be able to download and kind of understand the differences between the aspirated, ejective, and fricative. Okay, so aspirated are letters that have this softer tone, that have a puff of air right after pronouncing the letter. So t that we learned, k, p, t, ch, they're softer. Ejective, k, p, t, ch, k. And then we also have fricative letters that are kind of like rolling R in Spanish, right? R, r, z, h. So these letters are fricative letters. I've also mentioned that sometimes the printed letters are a little bit different than how people usually will write. The handwriting will be different than the printed, just like letter A sometimes in English will be written differently than the printed version. You are more than welcome to write exactly as you see in the printed version, but I will teach you how usually people write it, or you can just make a circle just like so, and then this little stick going down on the top of the circle. So letter D, remember it's ejective. It has hard sound. So it has more clicking sound than the aspirated T. It's written below the line. It's hanging down the actual line. And this is how usually people will write letter D, which is quite different than the one that we see in the PDF that I showed you guys earlier. So letter D, it is very easy to write this. I would probably write it this way, but you are more than welcome to write it as you please. It is your choice to choose whichever and however you like to write it. But mostly I see people writing the letter D just like so. So letter D, once again, is like so. The next letter is letter U. This is letter U. Let me show you how it's written. Letter U begins on top of the line, right here, below the imaginary line. There are certain people that will write it like this, certain people that will write it like this. It is your choice if you want to make like this little teeny tiny ah and then work the letter. But it's quite curvy, isn't it? It has this curve to it, so you have to kind of like get used to writing however you prefer. And as you write, your calligraphy also will improve, so don't worry about it being too nice. Okay, so next is aspirated P, letter P. So there's a puff of air coming out when I'm trying to pronounce the letter P. It's not letter P. It's letter P. Let me show you this PDF once again. We have aspirated letter P that we are trying to learn right now, and we have ejective letter P. So basically also you're writing letter T, right? You have a circle, you're writing letter T, and then you are creating this belly. So it's very simple. So remember that it kind of looks like letter T at the beginning, and then it comes down. So this is letter P. Letter P. And this one is aspirated letter P. And let me show you, and let's go through with the ejective letter P, which was this. So there it was A and another longer A at the top. So this one is ejective letter P. It has more clicking sound, and letter P has softer. The next one is letter K. This is also aspirated letter K. Here is letter K aspirated, and we have letter K. We also learned this is ejective. So K and K. This one is kind of a really good PDF to have. If you guys want to download, that would be a really good thing. You can also, there's some space for you guys to make some notes if you want to. So it's a really good thing to have. So you start the letter right where the imaginary line is basically, and you write it just like so. Letter K. This is aspirated letter K. Soft letter K. K. And we have ejective letter G, which looks like this. Letter G. Ejective letter G and aspirated letter G. Now, this letter is letter R. Here is letter R right here. It's from the fricative family. Ejective and aspirated, but this one is R. I guess they call it fricative because there is a friction when you are pronouncing these letters. Letter R is written like so, just like letter L. If you remember, we will go through those letters as well. So L is either like this, or we have a complete version, right? Basically, it is incomplete L. So R. This one is R. Okay, so lastly, we have letter K. I would describe this as an ejective version of letter R. With R, you are using the same exact vocal cords, but you are using this air pressure kind of to close up your vocal cords and build up the pressure so there is more clicking sound coming out, and you are ejecting the word rather than having it roll R, or having it to be completely aspirated. So letter K and letter R. Okay? So letter K is written like so. Letter K. We have letter R, and we have letter K. R, K. It also sounds kind of like there is K, the ejective letter K that we learned, right? But letter K is pronounced further in the back. It is same as letter K ejective, but you are using kind of your throat to say the letter K. Same with the letter R. Continue practicing these letters, listen to the audio files. There will be more helpful tips and more helpful materials that will definitely help you out in the future. These letters sound most likely same for you now, but I promise you, you will be able to understand the difference between the aspirated and ejective letters, and they will be more familiar. So make sure you download your study materials, and you also had a test previous to this lesson. Congratulations for those who completed the test, and I will see you guys in the next lesson.